The West Coast Inland Navigation District, or WCIND, is a multi-county special taxing district servicing an estimated 1.8 million people. The four-county district includes Charlotte, Lee, Sarasota, and Manatee counties, and was established by the Florida State Legislature in 1947. Each of the four counties plays an important role in the waterway projects that promote safe navigation from the open waters of the Gulf of Mexico into the Intracoastal Waterway system of secondary waterways.
It's over 1,500 miles of just waterways, channels, about 150 miles of the federal channel.
Justin McBride is the executive director of the WCIND and says that the original goal of the district was to share the cost of building the Intracoastal Waterway with the Army Corps of Engineers. Initially, WCIND was in charge of purchasing a lot of lands that were needed for the easements and the actual construction of the channel. Now that's shifted into a maintenance aspect. The WCIND evolved over the years and now participates in even more waterway-related activities.
As important is that we work with the different municipalities, the cities within the counties, and the counties themselves. Some of the projects that are on the borders that we've had to work together on, or things that we have in common with other counties, it works best when we work together. The good news is that everybody is very involved and is interested in coordinating efforts.
Charlotte County Commissioner Christopher Constance is the secretary of the West Coast Inland Navigation District's governing body.
The board is made up of one county commissioner from each of the four member counties. For Charlotte County, it's Commissioner Constance. For Lee County, it's Commissioner Heyman. For Sarasota County, it's Commissioner Cutzinger. And for Manatee County, it's Commissioner Whitmore.
We've had Mr. McBride work diligently to get those agencies to work with us and the state so that we can leverage the dollars that we put in and get additional grant funding to work on the different projects that we need to get completed.
You may be wondering how the WCIND is funded. WCIND gets its revenue through property taxes.
Right underneath Sheriff or Education, you'll see a little line there for West Coast Inland Navigation District, and it's only a couple of dollars a year, but covering over four counties, it brings in quite a bit of money.
Jim Darden is the county financial analyst. He oversees the WCIND projects. It's his job to know how much WCIND money is available for our county to use.
Once the applications come to me, then I will present them to the Marine Advisory Committee, who vets them and provides the detailed information to the board with their recommendations. And then once those awards are made from WCIND, I manage the program in terms of financial and reporting.
A millage rate of 0.0394 is the same in all four counties. How much an individual household pays is determined by the taxable value of the property. For example, for every $100,000 of taxable value, the property owner pays less than $4. Virtually all proposed WCIND projects and expenditures in Charlotte County are first vetted by the Marine Advisory Committee, or MAC for short.
In the county, the commissioners would like someone to take a look at the applications that are going to WCIND, and so we have a Marine Advisory Committee made up of 21 members of organizations around the county that are boater related, such as the U.S. Coast Guard Auxiliary and various yacht clubs, and that board receives the applications and they evaluate each one for their merits, and then they submit their recommendations to the Board of County Commissioners on the projects that they consider to be the most worthy.
WCIND's mission is to preserve and enhance the commercial, recreational, and ecological value of the district's waterways. Most of the water-related projects in Charlotte County are considered county projects which use WCIND funds. But a few projects within Charlotte County are receiving the district's attention because they will improve navigation and boating opportunities district-wide. Stump Pass, located in western Charlotte County, needs periodic dredging to remain navigable because of constantly shifting sandbars.
One thing about Florida's coastline, if you don't like the way it looks, wait 10 minutes and it'll change. Sand on our coast moves.
Stump Pass is the primary navigation channel out of the Intracoastal Waterway, and so it has to be maintained and dredged about every 5 years.
WCIND contributes to about 75% of the county's projects on or near the water. Projects like the purchase and maintenance of local channel markers and aid to navigation improvements to boat ramps and parking areas. Funding for waterfront parks like Live Oak Point, assist in youth boating programs, and provide equipment to local emergency and law enforcement agencies.
One of the greatest assets for Charlotte County and for the 4 counties involved in the West Coast Inland Navigation District is to have these waterfront areas and the ability to boat freely and safely, and to have law enforcement supported, whether it's U.S. Coast Guard or the Sheriff's Department or city patrols. It's critical. We want boaters to enjoy themselves and to not worry about accidents or those driving under the influence or derelict vessels or obstructions, either visible or invisible under the surface of the water. It's critical that WCIND get to work and do its job, but work hand in hand with law enforcement, so we heavily support them.
The Sheriff's Office Marine Patrol Division has more than 600 square miles to patrol.
It'll be right outside of Gasparilla Marina. It'll be on FL.
And a staff of 6 deputies.
WCIND has provided equipment for boats, better boats that were able to get into all the areas that we're responsible for. They've provided a tremendous amount of life-saving equipment. So essentially, if WCIND was not there to help support our mission, the boats we have would not be the same. We would not be as capable in responding to emergencies on the water with the boats. We've been able to develop a long line rescue program with our aviation unit, which cuts down on water rescue times that if we didn't have WCIND, we would not have been able to do. And even with our dive team that's responsible for going out and searching and recovering in the water, WCIND has provided a lot of funding for their equipment, which has made them in the last 2 years particularly very mission capable. We would not be able to do a fraction of the things that we're doing in the dive team without funding from WCIND.
The county uses every bit of available funding provided by the WCIND, but there are some restrictions on how the money can be used.
The WCIND just plays a vital role in our boater operations and access to the waterways in Charlotte County. And without their funding, then we would not have as much of a great recreational and safe place for people to play in Florida.
Commissioner Christopher Constance says education is an important element for county projects funded with help of the WCIND.
But I think people have to understand it's an investment in our community, and our community is very unique because we get to be a coastal community in Florida, and in having that coastal community and making it so that it's safe waterways, navigable waterways, and I think that's a very important thing. I mean, we talk about the fact that we've got, you know, the markers and people can navigate, but also we don't want to have people getting fouled by obstructions under the water or derelict vessels. So I think it's really critical for them to understand that by funding these projects, whether it's increasing depth of navigation or getting obstructions out of the way, you're adding value to the community, and that's very important for real estate values, tax base, and livability. You know, the whole reason we do our job is to promote quality of life and safety on the waterways.
Charlotte Harbor is the second largest estuary in the state and a valuable natural resource. Our county is committed to working with WCIND to ensure future generations will have the same opportunities we enjoy today.
Making sure that we have adequate public access, like this park right here. You know, Charlotte County has been very aggressive in identifying their needs for public access, and I think all 4 counties are doing a good job with that, but just identifying and maintaining quality public access as our population grows to make sure that everybody that wants to go boating can go boating.
It's just an exciting time, and it's a great place to live, and we're just adding to the quality of life and the livability and safety to the area. So I look forward to being able to work with these individuals and just do great work.
For CCTV Spotlight, I'm Tom Lloyd.